Yo, welcome back to part two of this speaker announcement and interview with AI expert and content Brandon Collins. If you didn't see the first part of it, go back to my profile. It says it right there, part one. We're going to pick up with part two right now. Listen, you guys, sometimes technology, sometimes life, sometimes things get in the way that you can't change or help. This time, Facebook was acting up a little bit on my end. We had to restart the interview. We're going to bring Brandon on right now and pick up right where we left off. So again, if you haven't seen part one, go check out part one for his story, how he got started. And in this session, we're going to go deeper into what we're going to be learning at the mastermind with Brandon. Brandon, thank you for rejoining me, brother. That was my fault.
No
I
worries.
forgot to turn my phone service off, and so I got a call, and then I disappeared. So we're going to jump right back into the action. And with the way that you're explaining cybersecurity and software development, now listen again. I'm a five-time college dropout. Like I'm so dumb that I had to go five times to realize that wasn't for me. So I don't know. I don't know if I can learn cybersecurity and software development. However, I literally taught myself digital marketing the same way. I was like a broke bartender. I was in San Diego, California. I was like 30. I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? And so I started researching ways to make money. Literally just from YouTube. I took some Udemy courses back in the day. And one thing led to another. And now here I am learning digital marketing, and it's changed my life. And so you get into this part with cybersecurity, software development. You're scratching an itch of curiosity. You start to learn this skill set. Now, do you start making money with that skill set, or did you not monetize until you moved into the AI, or what did that look like?
I never actually monetized it. I was looking into ways to monetize it, but I found that the best way for me to monetize it was going to be to get a job. It was going to be very, very difficult for me to break into that industry.
Mm,
One, never having had a job, and two, not having the connections being brand new into it because I didn't have a job.
right.
Um, so it was eye-opening. I think I maybe kind of expected it, but I was still happy that I learned everything that I learned. And it really made it so that I had more confidence going into the AI world, because it was like, hey, you know what? There's no jobs in AI. I mean, there is jobs in
Right.
AI right now, but it's not like cybersecurity that's been around for decades, ever since the advent of computers. There's you can really. I feel like we're in the renaissance, the golden age of AI right now, because anybody, literally anybody, can teach themselves AI and figure it the hell out and start selling AI services. And there's a lot of people that are doing it. There's a lot. I've seen a lot of influencers out there, that are teaching and selling AI products and
Yeah.
services and SaaS consulting and courses and whatnot. Some of them are great. Some of them are not so great. But it's kind of the wild, wild west with it right now.
Yeah.
So
So, so while curious, and we're going to get to that here in a second, because I want to know specifically a few things, maybe from this interview. We don't want to give everything away. What speakers can be doing to utilize AI, which is what you're going to be speaking on, training on at the Top 8 Speaker Mastermind in August out in Lake Las Vegas. But what I want to know before that is I want to get back to something that you mentioned earlier, and you said when you were getting out of the service, you were in this like revenge mode, like prove it, right? Now, the reason this is so pertinent to me, Brandon, is because I've been there. And I truly believe that most entrepreneurs start from some sort of trauma somewhere of some sort. And I say that word loosely, right? But something happened, and most people, most entrepreneurs have something in their head where they're like, you know what? I'm just going to show you.
yep.
Now, here's the thing that I've seen over a decade now in entrepreneurship. Some entrepreneurs will take that and they never let it go. And it doesn't necessarily have to come out ugly, but I feel that people can sometimes lead a misaligned life because they never really get out of the energy of like, yo, I'm here to prove it. Then there's entrepreneurs who are in that energy. They seem to hit a wall. They seem to lose everything. The ego is fractured, and they realize, damn, I didn't need any of that to actually be successful. And then they take this other thing. You've heard, speakers like Ed Milet and all the famous speakers that basically have this story. Have you gone through an experience like that at all? Have you shifted out of revenge season? And if you have, did it look did it look like not necessarily hitting rock bottom, but did it look like a hiccup? Or were you able to somehow seamlessly just kind of transition into a more aligned energy? Or are you still in revenge season? I don't know.
You know, um, so the Yeah, I don't know what you believe. I don't know if you're Christian or whatever I don't know if you believe in a flying spaghetti monster in the sky, but life or the universe or God or whoever it is um, showed me the lesson that I was supposed to learn, and that lesson was that you can't stay in that revenge mode. When you're in that type of mode, you attract that type of energy that got you there in the first place, and that's what happened with my last business. It was great, it was grand, and at its peak, we were doing over $500,000 a month in sales. It was incredible. However, I lost everything. I had some business partners that were not so that didn't really have my welfare at the forefront of their mind. In fact, it was quite the opposite. There was a lot of sabotage that kind of went on there. A lot of my business secrets were sold to competitors. My name was kind of tarnished. I had to get out of that business. I sold that business at a loss, and I lost everything. I think at one point, I think I had like 30 grand worth of chargebacks happening on my account just because of random stuff that was happening, and I had to file bankruptcy. So it was good. It was great. I went from $500,000 a month down to bankruptcy over a period of about 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So I lost everything, and looking back, right, hindsight's 2020. Looking back, I could very easily still be in that revenge mode right now. I could very easily be just upset with the hand that the universe dealt to me again. But I'm growing as a person and growing spiritually, and I'm seeing that like there's no power in holding on to grudges like that. There's no power holding on to that negative energy, regardless of how much it motivates you. There's more power in saying, hey, you know what? I see that energy is what got me to rock bottom in the first place. Again, it's probably better if I just learn those lessons and move the heck on with my life.
Let's go. No, 100%. What a great answer. And I just like to ask people that when I hear it, during these interviews, because I know there's a lot of people out there that struggle with it. And sometimes just to hear somebody else's story kind of gives us permission to let go of these things and to truly find another way. So let's bring this bad boy home and let's kind of start to finish this up here. So let's get into what we're here to talk about, which is AI. Okay. I have a bunch of questions I could ask you, but I just want to start with something simple. It's like, how does somebody like you, speaker coach, utilize AI? I mean, are there even, like, maybe we just start off with like maybe a couple different buckets of like, okay, like these are the main buckets of AI and using it as a coach or a speaker. Like, what are some examples?
Right. So the biggest thing as a speaker, in my personal opinion, maybe you can tell me I'm wrong, but biggest thing as a speaker is your personal brand. And
100%.
AI is one of the best ways to grow your personal brand. AI can help you develop digital assets in the form of content, the form of courses, in the form of coaching material, videos, so on and so forth, right? But AI is kind of a double-edged sword, because if you don't use it correctly, you're going to create content that's not authentic. Right. What I would recommend if I was a coach or a speaker or something like that, and I wanted to grow my personal brand at scale, is I would use AI tools that help me with content creation, but I would make sure I am putting my own authentic touch into it. I can tell you a number of tools that you can use to create content at scale. You can create tons and tons of videos and photos and faceless stuff, and you can have voiceovers, and you can create tons of stuff that's centered around the vision and the objective that you're preaching. However, is it going to be authentic? Right. So one of the things that I teach people how to do is how to use these tools for content creation and for creating digital assets, but how to make it so that AI helps you and does it in your own voice.
Yes.
One of the extras that's included in my book that I wrote is how to make AI sound like you. And to this day, everybody that's utilized that specific teaching right there and started putting what I call the personality prompt tag into their prompts when they're having ChatGPT create content for them, it's happening in their own words, and no one is able to detect that it's not that person that
That's
created
wild.
that.
So do you have a copy of your book? Do you have a copy of your book, Andy?
No, it's an ebook. So
it's an ebook. Right on. What's it called?
Yeah, it's called Using AI Like a Pro.
Where can people grab it at?
People can grab it on my website, brandonaiconsultant.com. Or they can go to usingailikeapro.com/home. And I'm sure I can put the link here in the comments so people can check that out.
Cool. Hell
But
yeah. Go grab that
it's
book.
incredible. Yeah.
So, dude, I mean, I guess I thought you were going to say something about content, but just the slight frame difference, which I wasn't thinking of it as, but the way you positioned it is like to grow your personal brand. I'm like, yeah, I need that. All of my speakers need that. Everybody that comes through my workshop needs that, right? And so what I want to, the reasons that I don't use it, you just kind of touched on first one. The reason, the number one that I've shied away from it is I can't figure out how to make it sound like me. And then I just figure if I have to go back and rewrite the whole damn thing, I might as well just rewrite. I just might write the whole thing in general, right? Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use it to save time and energy, obviously, as you know, which is what a lot of us are trying to do, but we just don't know how to freaking talk to it, okay? And so that's the first thing. Yeah, and then we can kind of dive into the second. But the second thing that the second biggest reason I don't use it is because I feel like although it's supposed to save me time, it's going to take up more of my time. Does that make sense? And so, like, do you find when you work with people or you come in for fractional as a fractional chief AI officer for people's businesses, do you find them struggling with that too, or is that part of it? Like, do I have to hire a team to do this eventually, or can I literally build a one-man consulting business and be able to build my brand at scale with AI?
Yeah. So when I come into a business, my goal is not to create more job positions that you have to pay for. My goal is to teach you how to use certain softwares and systems to where, yeah, you might add another hour to the amount of work that you have to do, but you're leveraging that hour to create 30 hours worth of work, or to do 30 hours worth of work that you wouldn't normally have to do. Yeah. So it's like learning a new skill, but you know, the reason you learn how to drive a car is so that you don't have to walk everywhere.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Well, so what type of businesses do you usually work with? I mean, what kind of businesses or brands or entrepreneurs are usually hiring you?
You know, I love working with, I call them larger small businesses and medium-sized businesses. Unfortunately, if you're just a startup and you don't have certain systems and processes already in place, then the softwares that I can recommend to you and the AI that I can help you implement is just going to waste your time and money. You got to have a foundation first. So I love working with SaaS businesses that want to put AI into their operations, whether it's conversational AI or AI for data analytics or AI for content creation. I love working with software businesses like that, but also creators and coaches as well, but they have to already kind of be in that spot where they have systems and processes in place. If your only superpower is that you have Go High Level and you have people in your CRM, yeah, I could probably help you. But you know, it's not going to be as much better. It's not going to be as good as if you already kind of have a personal brand established.
100%.
It's not going to be good as if you don't have workflows in place and other automations in place, because then I can come in and I can optimize those automations with AI. I can come in and I can optimize that content creation and that personal brand that you've already built a foundation of using AI, and maybe add little tweaks here and there. And that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy taking what somebody's already done and like 5 to 10xing it within a couple months.
Dude, I love that. Honestly, my business works better like that too. I'm like, you know, I can probably help you start something from scratch, but what speaking does is help amplify what's already working, right? Like AI is amplifying what you're already doing. Yeah, there's tweaks and things to make, but I think that's super important. And another lesson, totally aside from what we're talking about, but to all the viewers who are either coming back and watching or listening to this, and I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. Too many people are starting off and trying to automate everything.
Yep.
They're trying to do group programs and all these things. I'm like, no, mofo. Like, if you're just starting, you need to get your ass on. And I hate sales calls. Like, I don't believe in them at all. But like, you need to get your ass on a sales call. You need to close some deals. You need to do some one-on-one coaching or consulting. Like, start little. But these people are trying to automate with AI and this and that. Like, no. Like, okay, if you want to use it to make some content, that's one thing. But I'm a big proponent in that. It's like, dude, you got to have something going before we can work together. Otherwise, we're going to be spinning our wheels. And so I'm going to finish this up, and I'll let you get back to your Saturday. And again, bro, thank you so much. One, for agreeing to come out to Lake Las Vegas for the Top 8 Speaker Mastermind in August. And thanks for being here again. I appreciate it. I effed up my schedule, everybody, yesterday. I was supposed to interview him at the time of shooting this, but I was at a virtual event for 6 hours, which is why I'm losing my voice now. So I'm glad that you're here today. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so here's the 2 questions I have. 2 things I want to end on. One, can I teach my 15-year-old son how to build some sort of an agency or business using AI? Like, is it possible for him to really, are these faceless videos on TikTok really a thing where like, not, it doesn't have to be this specific, but like, it's like, here's me recording Family Guy up here, and here's Fortnite down here, and they're split screens, and they have AI. Like, dude, are people really making full-time livings with faceless videos on TikTok using AI?
I think there are some.
Okay, so
I think there are
so
some.
it's not like a okay.
I know exactly how to do that. However, I also feel like everybody is preaching that right now. And the people that are really making money on faceless videos are the people teaching you how to make money with faceless videos.
100%.
But it is possible. I can tell you exactly how to use Canva and exactly how to use Make and Zapier to string it all together so that you create 300 pieces of content, 300 videos in 10 minutes and schedule the whole thing. Yeah, I know how to do that. But do I actually makes money?
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Because my boys were just asking me the other day, they're like, oh, this and that. I'm like, I don't, I'm like, I know how to do that. I can do that from my phone. I don't think that's going to make you a lot of money, bro, but maybe. It's like, you might need to develop your skill. So that brings me to a secondary, more advanced question. And again, this doesn't so much pertain to the mastermind and any speakers, but I want to put this out there to anybody who's maybe watching this interview. So there's another person that I followed for years out in San Diego. Billy Jean is marketing, right? And so Billy has this, and Billy is really, truly a great marketer. Yeah. But right now, for the last few months, he's been running some promo that's like trybillysplan.com. And I'm not trying to promote him, like whatever. You guys can fucking find him. He's probably targeting you already anyways. But, and so you go to this thing and it's like, he's like, give me 10 days and I'll show you how to start an AI agency marketing for local businesses. Okay. So for something like that, how reasonable is that? And obviously, if Billy's doing it, it must be working. But is it reasonable for somebody to do what you have done, though, to learn AI, or is that something somebody could learn from you to be able to start their own AI business? Like, what does that even look like going forward in the future?
If I was a 15 or 16-year-old kid looking to start AI from scratch, I would learn how to be an advanced prompt engineer for one, and then I not to put my own plug in here, I would read my book.
Please.
Because
yeah.
Not just the prompts, right? I don't just give people prompts. I teach you how you have to think to the prompt techniques that you learn to every situation, right? So I would learn how to apply prompting to every type of situation and get your mind thinking in that way, right? Because as business owners think differently than somebody who's an employee, so you're gonna have to train yourself to think that way. And then the next thing that I would do, and quite a few of the AI influencers that I follow have said that this is a pretty good business model too, is I would go into the chatbot business. And I would start plenty of businesses right now that are still using what I call automation chatbots, where they have to preload the questions in there and they have preset responses to those questions. Well, I can take a chatbot and I can load it up with all the training data about your entire business. And then I can tell the AI how I want it to act. Do I want it to act as customer service? Do I want it to act as an onboarding agent? Do I want it to act as an upsell, cross-sell, sales agent, that kind of thing. And then I can put that on the website, and now you just took off your entire customer service and support team, and you only have to answer the calls that are like, oh shit, something's actually wrong. It's not just somebody inquiring.
So not many chat.
I think there's a better one out there. Many chat, I think, does work. I think it's pretty complex. The one that I use whenever I do a chatbot build for somebody is called chatbase.co.
Okay.
And is fire. Once you learn it and prompting and how data and all that stuff works, chatbase.co, I can spin up a chatbot in a couple hours and I can somebody's website, and it's freaking powerful.
Bro, I mean, my mini chat is not, it feels archaic listening to you talk right now. I feel like it's like an old phone tree. Like, please press 1 for this.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very cool, man. Well, again, I'm going to let you get going here, man, but I can't thank you enough for being here today. Last thing is, man, have you ever done a training in Las Vegas? You ever spoken in Vegas before?
I've never spoken in Vegas, no.
This will be first time.
This is going to be my first time speaking in Vegas for sure. Not my first time speaking, but my first time speaking in Vegas.
This is my first time hosting the event in Vegas in 8 years. So I'm super excited to have you be part of it. Is there any last message you want to share with the audience before you go today?
Don't be afraid of AI. In fact, AI can help you learn how to use AI. That's something I recommend to people, is start thinking not how can I do something, but how can I use AI to help me do something.
Ooh, boom, mic drop. We're going to have to clip that and put that on as a reel. Brandon, thank you so incredibly much, man. Enjoy your Saturday. We'll talk to you a whole bunch more soon. I'll be tagging you in some things and sending you some graphics. Congratulations, brother. I'm excited to announce you as the first speaker, top 8 speaker mastermind. We'll talk to you
so
soon,
much, man.
brother.
Yep. All right. Have a good one.
Have a good one. All right, everybody. There you have it. There's our first speaker announcement. Brandon Collins, AI expert. He's going to be teaching the speakers who come out to the top 8 speaker mastermind in Las Vegas, August 13th through the 15th. He's going to be on day 3 teaching us how to use AI to build our personal brand, how to create content. And he doesn't know it yet, but I'm about to have him open up chatbase.co, and he's going to help us put together a chatbot, or at least tell us how to get started on it. You guys, make sure you grab your ticket. Go to top8speaker.com. You guys can find it right there. There's only 12 spots available. It's not fake scarcity. Literally, there's only, like, the house is, there's only 12 spots. That's it. There's only 12. So grab your spot, and I'll see you guys in Lake Las Vegas. Love you. Peace.